What's remarkable here, I'm just looking over the transcript. We have the transcript. Should we go over it? Let's go over some of it and see what said.
You have the transcript?
I have the transcript.
I didn't even get my morning paper today.
I know.
What a difference in show.
I just got it. Congratulations on a great victory. We all watched from the United States. You did a terrific job. You can tell who's speaking right now just by the use of the word terrific. The way you came from behind somebody who wasn't given much of a chance and you ended up winning easily. It's fantastic. Congratulations. The new president says, you're absolutely right, Mr. President. We did win big. We worked hard for this. We worked a lot, and I would like to confess to you that I had opportunity to learn from you. We used quite a few of your skills and knowledge, and were able to use example for our elections. And yes, it is true, these were unique elections. We were in unique situation, able to achieve unique success. He uses unique like Trump uses terrific. I'm able to tell you following for first time. You called me to congratulate me when I won presidential election. Second time, you're now calling me when my party won parliamentary election. I think I should run more often. You can call me more often. We can talk on the phone more often. Laughter. Trump says, that's a very good idea. I think your country is very happy about that. Well, yes, to tell you truth, we are trying to work hard because we wanted to drain swamp here in our own country. We brought in many new people, not old politicians, not typical politicians, because we want to have great format and new type of government. You're a great teacher for us in that. The president. This is the part where the president gets the idea this is the perfect phone call. This guy is really, really sharp. Say these things to the president, and he's going to say it's a perfect phone call. President, well, it's very nice of you to say that. I'll say we do a lot for Ukraine. We spend a lot of effort and a lot of time, much more than the European countries are doing, and they should be helping you more than they are. Germany almost does nothing for you. I love this. All they do is talk, and I think it's something that you should really ask them about. When I was speaking to Angela Merkel, she talks about Ukraine. And she doesn't do anything. A lot of the European countries are the same way. So I think it's something you want to look at. But the United States has been very good to Ukraine. I wouldn't say it's reciprocal necessarily because things are happening and are not good for the United States, but have been very good to the Ukraine. Okay. Any problems with any of this so far? Yeah, nothing's happened. The president of Ukraine says, yes, you're absolutely right. Not only 100%, but actually 1,000%. This is the perfect phone call. I can tell you following. I did talk to Angela Merkel. I did meet with her. I also met and talked with Macron and told them they are not doing quite as much as they need to be doing on the issues with the sanctions. They are not enforcing the sanctions. They are not working as much as they should for Ukraine. Turns out that even logically, the European Union should be our biggest partner, but technically the United States is much bigger partner than the European Union. And I'm grateful for you because the United States is doing quite a lot for Ukraine, much more than European Union, especially when we're talking about sanctions against Russian Federation. I'd also like to thank you for your great support in the area of defense. We are ready to continue to cooperate for the next step. Specifically, we're almost ready to buy some more javelins from the United States for defense purposes. The president said, I'd like you to do us a favor, though, because our country has been through a lot and Ukraine knows a lot about it. I would like you to find out what happened with this whole situation with Ukraine. They say crowd strike. I guess you have one of your wealthy people, the server. They say Ukraine has it. There are a lot of things that went on, the whole situation. I think you're surrounding yourself with some of the same people. I'd like to have the Attorney General call you or your people, and I'd like you to get to the bottom of it. As you saw yesterday, the whole nonsense ended with a very poor performance by a man named Robert Mueller, an incompetent performance, but they say a lot of it started with Ukraine. Whatever you can do, it's important that you do it if possible. President Zelensky says, yes, very important for me and everything you just mentioned earlier. For me, as president, it's important that we are open for any future cooperation. We are ready to open a new page in cooperation relations between the United States and Ukraine. For that purpose, I just recalled our ambassador from the United States, and he will be replaced by a very competent and experienced ambassador who will work hard on making sure that our two nations are getting closer. I'd also like to hope to see him having your trust and confidence and have personal relations with you. You want to go on that one, Nick? I want to have personal relations with you so we can cooperate even more so. I will personally tell you that one of my assistants spoke to Mr. Giuliani just recently, and we're hoping very much that Mr. Giuliani will be able to travel to the Ukraine, and we will meet once he comes to the Ukraine. I just want to assure you once again that you have nobody but friends around us. I will make sure that I surround myself with the best and most experienced people. I also want to tell you that we are friends. We're great friends, you and Mr. President. We have friends in our country. We can continue our strategic partnership. I also plan to surround myself with great people in addition to that investigation. I guarantee the president of Ukraine that all the investigations will be done openly and candidly. That I can assure you. Good, because I heard you had a prosecutor who was very good, but he was shut down, and that's really unfair. A lot of people are talking about that, the way you shut your own very good prosecutor down, and you had some very bad people involved. Mr. Giuliani is a highly respected man. He's the mayor of New York City, a great mayor. I'd like him to call you. I will ask him to call you along with the attorney general. Rudy very much knows what's happening, and he's a very capable guy. If you could speak to him, that would be great. The former ambassador from the United States, the woman, she was bad news. The woman, I like that. The woman. She was bad news, and the people she was dealing with in the Ukraine were bad news. I just want to let you know that. The other thing, there's a lot of talk about Biden's son, that Biden stopped the prosecution, and a lot of people want to find out about whatever you can with the attorney general. That would be great. Biden went around bragging that he stopped the prosecution, so if you can just look into it, it sounds horrible to me. The president responds, I want to tell you something about the prosecutor. First of all, I want you to understand I am knowledgeable about the situation. Since we won the absolute majority in our parliament, the next prosecutor general will be 100% my person, my candidate, who will be approved by the parliament and will start a new prosecutor in September. He or she will look into the situation specifically to the company that you mentioned. That would be Burisma. The issue of the investigation of this case is actually the issue of making sure they restore honesty so we can take care of that, and we will work on the investigation of the case. On top of that, I would kindly ask if you had any additional information that you could provide us. It would be very helpful for the investigation to make sure we administer justice in our country with regard to the ambassador to the United States from Ukraine. As far as I recall, her name was Ivanovich. It was great that you were the first one who told me that she was a bad ambassador, because I agree with you 100%. Her attitude towards me was far from the best, as she admired the previous president and she was on his side. She would not accept me as the new president well enough. Then the president says, okay, I'll have Mr. Giuliani call you, and I'll have Attorney General Barr call you, and we'll get to the bottom of it. I'm sure you'll figure it out. I hear from the prosecutor was treated very badly, and he was a very fair prosecutor, so good luck with everything. Your economy is going to get better and better, I predict, and you have a lot of assets. It's a great country. I have many Ukrainian friends. They're incredible people, and we're done. The rest is just goodbyes.
They go back and forth about energy and nonsense, but that's the main part.
What's your thought on that?
Well, the creepiest thing about that whole reading was how good your Russian accent is. I'm starting to think you had something to do with this, Clint. You hanging out with Carter Page for the last 2 years? That was That was the best example of quid pro quo I've ever heard.
Right.
He's in such trouble.
Right.
You know what? One thing did catch my ear. Javelins? What, we sending aid for the Olympics? What is that code for missiles? What was the javelin?
I'm pretty sure that they're not javelins for the Olympics, but I don't know what they are.
We will be sending ice skates.